Hi, I'm Rick Miller with Real Street News, and I'm here with Jenny Apel of Nostalgic Homes, who has sold hundreds of homes in central and northwest Denver. And today we're talking about Victorian homes. Jenny, I know you sold a ton of these. Give us a sense. I mean, we're going to try to find out, what people are buying, what they're interested in, what they're doing to them. What are the different types of Victorian homes, and when were they built?
Well, the Victorian era started in the late 1800s in Colorado. So Colorado became a state in 1876, and there certainly are a few homes that were built prior to 1876 as Colorado became a state. But the end of the Victorian era in Colorado really ended at the silver rush hitting dirt, and so that was in 1893. So it's a brief period in time as the true Victorian era. And of course, there are, many types of Victorian architecture, and I think that it is evident to people who enjoy them and look around in these neighborhoods that, of course, there are Victorians that are quite elaborate, and there are Victorians that are a little bit more plain, and there are big Victorians, and there are small Victorians, and there are 2 stories and story and a halves. And they range in different kinds of architecture from what's called a high Victorian, what's called an Edwardian, a brownstone, an Italianate, and of course the Queen Anne.
So what are the different, features of a couple of those that you see more commonly?
Well, Queen Anne is a favorite. They're a little bit harder to find in the marketplace. But a Queen Anne is what this building is, what Nostalgic Homes is. And that is, of course, it's 2-story, and it has a turret on it, and it has a nice big porch. All Victorians have a high-pitched roof, and so the Queen Anne does as well. Oftentimes has the double porch, so you've got, the main floor porch that you always walk up, so you're always walking up a few stairs, and then you've got usually that 2nd-story porch that is bigger than a Juliet balcony.
When you renovate them, what should you do? I mean, obviously, it's kind of some of the same principles apply as every other home, but and then to some degree, it's obviously, are you renovating to how you feel, what you're comfortable with, or are you trying to get the most value out of them? But typically, what do you look at?
Well, most homes are judged by their kitchens first. It is the heartbeat of the home, and you should spend some money in the kitchen. So kitchens, baths, oftentimes some of the Victorians don't have a true master suite, and adding in that master suite is important in today's market, and it is an important return.
Renovating them to character and using vendors that supply that kind of hardware and so forth. What are some of those vendors, and how careful should you be to renovate them to character of when they were built?
People are attracted to these properties for a reason, and so they expect to find some original character in the property. So you want to see some of the trim, and you want to see some of the doors that are original, and you want to have some element of floor plan that works. You want to have an original staircase in it.
So you've been selling houses in central northwest Denver where a lot of these older homes are located. For a long time, and what are you seeing in the marketplace right now?
Well, what I'm seeing in the marketplace today is that there is a tremendous desire, of course, to live in the neighborhood. So it may not always be driven by architectural style, Rick, but instead that it is about location, location, location. And we're in a location that is highly desired. Urban Denver is very much the strong suit of most buyers' choices today. So be it that it is a Victorian or a bungalow or a Tudor or something modern, they're all very much desired.
Jenny, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.